Obi will cut deep into PDP vote in Southeast, says Nwodo. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Dr. Okwesileze Nwodo, a former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in this interaction with Kenneth Ofoma Enenugu speaks on the current challenges facing the party, the Peter Obi challenge, and the security and economic challenges facing the country. How do you say the governor Nyesom Wike debacle and how the party has halted its activities, chasing him around to pacify him with all the demands he's making, along with his supporters, that the national chairman of the party should resign for a southerner to take his place? He replied, how do you think the party will come out of it? Starting from your last question, it is not in the tradition or constitution of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, that if a presidential candidate emerges, the chairman steps down. The chairman can step down if he wins the election and the president appoints him to an office. He cannot hold simultaneously with the chairmanship of the party as per the People's Democratic Party constitution. Then he has to resign, one, which also happened recently in the All Progressive Congress when they chose the sitting senator as their national chairman. So, the national chairman cannot be removed on somebody's wish or on the basis of vendetta. You did not support me, that is why I lost my bid. So that one is out of the question. The only window is if we win the election, our president and chairman will not normally come from the same zone. But we are yet to win the election. So Biden said he will step down and we lose. What happens? We have a chairman and secretary from southern Nigeria, which is not in tandem with our zoning and rotation. So it is only the chairman that we consider should not come from the same zone. Now, even if it happens in the run-up to an election, for instance, like we finished our primaries and then the president wins from the other side, we wait until the chairman gets an appointment. Then the incoming chairman serves for the remaining term of that person, because we are not going to have a convention just to elect a chairman. He will have the remaining term, and then when at the next convention we'll swap offices again. Now, that is about Wike and his demands. He's a member of the party. He's a leader in the party. He's allowed to make an input the way he is making. But for people like me, all this input should be just towards winning the election. If he's making demands that will enhance our electoral victory, we expect that our presidential candidate will listen to demands, because at the end of the day, we just have to win the election. But these are demands being made because I lost an election and I have to be compensated. It is not and has not been in our tradition to compensate people who went to primaries and did not get the ticket. You don't have a set of demands that we must meet for such people. And this is not the first time we are having the presidential primaries and winning an election. Alex Ekwueme lost the primary, and all 6 or 7 persons who ran with him joined hands for us to win the election for Olusegun Obasanjo. The same with Umaru Yar'Adua. Those who lost joined the election. The same with Goodluck Jonathan. So, it is not in the tradition of the party that the losers must give us a set of demands that the party must meet. As a loser, he has things that he thinks will make us win the election. The party should listen and the presidential candidate should listen. And we should take all those things on board so that we can win. The Peter Obi phenomenon, who used to be a member of the PDP up to a few days to the presidential primaries before he left to join the Labour Party and eventually become its presidential candidate. Many people think that his entrance will affect the chances of the PDP, especially in the South, is because most people that will vote for Obi are people that ordinarily would have voted for PDP. Is the Obi challenge a threat to the PDP? He replied, Obi emergence in Labour Party, I can tell you, is a welcome development to the Southeast. And we're not expecting that the Southeast will vote for the People Democratic Party the way they voted for us when Atiku and Obi ran. President Muhammadu Buhari said that we gave them 97% and gave them 5%. This is due to the experience the People Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress suffered at the primaries, in spite of our robust campaign that it was a turn of a Southeast to be president. So the COB's emergence as a way of win or lose. Let's demonstrate in Igbo parlance. If you people reject me, I will not reject myself. So it is soothing for the people of the Southeast, and that is why I know that we in the People Democratic Party cannot harvest that kind of vote again from the Southeast. So definitely, it is going to cut deep into the vote of a party in the Southeast. The economic situation in the country worsened by the forced subsidy will pay because we will import everything. Then also the power sector, which has become intractable. We do not see the light. How do you think this problem could be tackled? And do you think it is going to be a disadvantage to the ruling party during the election? He replied, the truth of the matter is that everybody in Nigeria is concerned about those two problems you mentioned, the economy and electricity supply to the country. And everybody has been offering advice to the ruling party on how to solve this problem. But the party in government shown complete incapability of solving the problem. And I think that every serious candidate to the presidency knows that these issues are biting hard on every Nigerian and will be considering a strategy superior to what is being implemented today by the ruling party in order to solve these problems, if any of them becomes the president. So I can assure you that in the People Democratic Party, we take these problems extremely seriously, and we have a very, very strong team of party leaders and consultants in these areas trying to put together the policy of the party so that when we come in, we can make sure this problem is solved. Insecurity appears to be the biggest challenge we are facing in the country today. What is your assessment of the Buhari's administration's effort in tackling this challenge? He replied, well, to be honest with you, everybody had high hopes when Buhari came into power as a retired general that he will deal with the insecurity problems. Unfortunately, we are all disappointed because after 7 years, it has escalated to a very, very worrisome proportion. And I think that this should be agitating the minds of those who want to unseat the All Progressive Congress. We in the People Democratic Party, it's a major issue because if you do not deal with security, you will not be able to deal with any problem. And there you will also not be able to handle the economy because foreign investors are scared away and young people who are unemployed becomes a security threat. It's a very big minus for the All Progressive Congress that in 7 years, these twin problems of insecurity and unemployment has gone haywire. And I think it will cost them a lot of votes among the young people who are unemployed.